Good morning, guys, or evening. Sorry, it's night there, and we're interrupting the Bears game, so let's just get that out of the way. Sorry about that. We don't get a lot of football news here.
I did see they are up 14-0, and it looked like Caleb Williams had a pretty good drive on the opening kickoff, so that's good.
Yeah.
Good evening, Ethan. Good to see you.
Hello, Terry, if you're there. Yes. How's everybody doing? Well, I hope. We are coming to you with our morning coffee. So thank you again for sponsoring us, for all of the mugs that we sent out, and everybody who's doing a monthly sponsor. We cannot thank you enough for that, because it means we get to stay here. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. And if you can't tell, we are inside today.
Yes.
I was telling Danaka a few weeks ago, I felt like we were out of rainy season. And I was wrong. These last 2 weeks have been a lot more rain, a lot more humid, and a lot less wind. So we are in the heart of rainy season right now, and we thought it'd be a little easier and cooler to try to stay inside this morning.
Plus, the sun is really bright, so wherever we set up, you can't see our face.
This is our third place that we've tried this morning.
Yeah. But we did want to talk to you about coffee. I don't think we talked very much about coffee last time. We talked about how expensive it was, and we talked about not being able to find it. But I thought we'd just tell you our coffee journey so far.
So I start off every morning with a cup of instant coffee, which is actually not too bad. I used to do fresh beans at home and grind them and do all that. And we've finally been able to find some local coffee around here that's not very expensive. So then after I have my cup of coffee, I go ahead and make one pot in the French press and grind it. And that's what we're enjoying right now with you. So
Yes.
the other part is coffee out it's not expensive, but it can cost the same as the meal.
Yeah, it's not expensive in American terms because it's only under $2, but it's expensive as compared to other things. So when you go out and you get a meal, sometimes your meal is 70 or 80 baht. Well, your drink is 60 to 100 baht. So you're paying the same price for your food and your drink. So sometimes it's kind of hard to justify getting a drink out and not just having water. Sometimes you just go out for a drink instead of eating at the same time. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's why you'll very rarely see us with the drink. We just went out this Friday and went to a nicer place. We actually both had a cup of coffee with our meal, but 99% of the time, I think we just have a bottle of water. And what they do is they bring you cups of ice, and a lot of times there's 3 or 4 bottles of water on the table, and then you just have whatever you want, and then they count it up at the end, and a bottle of water is about 10 baht.
Which is
30 cents.
30 cents.
No, less than that.
Yeah.
Good
Hi,
morning,
Melissa.
Good morning, Melissa. And it's number one I have a Thailand folder is just currency. So, okay, I was right. 10 baht is 30 cents. So 100 baht's $3.
Yep. So you can pay 100 baht is $3?
Yep.
Okay. So you pay around, depending on what kind of cafe you go to, a lot of them are 70, 80, 90 baht for a drink. And a lot of times juice is cheaper than coffee. So getting fresh juice makes more sense than getting coffee or a soda. They do have Coke and Pepsi here. They have more Coke than Pepsi most places. And a bottle of Coke, I don't even think they're 24 ounce. I think they're probably 12 or 18 ounce. But a bottle of Coke is 19 baht, which is 59 cents. So when you compare that to getting a coffee out, it's sometimes easier just to get a Coke Zero.
Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Georgetown. Good evening to you guys.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
We are talking coffee because we are so appreciative of everything you guys do for us and how many great sponsors we have each month. And it just made me think about our coffee mugs that we sent out, especially with it being in a reminder this week at Facebook that it's been about a year and we've done this. And so we just wanted to update you on the coffee scene. The other really cool thing about drinks in Thailand is cocoa is huge. Like you can get a chocolate drink everywhere. And a lot of it is Ovaltine. Like when you walk down the aisle, we'll have to take a picture next time we're at the store. When you walk down the aisle, you have half an aisle of instant coffee, half an aisle of Ovaltines, and then a little section of beans and fresh coffee, and then a bunch of tea and boxed milk of any kind, like pistachio milk, almond milk,
Every
oat milk.
nut milk.
Yeah. A lot of cow milk is boxed. I don't know where it comes from. I don't think it's from here because there's not a lot of cattle here. But and the other thing, so you can get hot cocoa any time of year and they drink it just like coffee. Most people get cocoa instead of coffee. You can get espresso when you're out. You can get cappuccinos. They're really good here. Most places that have a cafe, they're very good with their little pictures on top of your coffee, if that's what you like. And about every cafe we've been to has photo ops. They're very, very big on their photo ops with their coffee here. So
Yes.
we fit right in because our girls prepared us well. So we know like restaurants, every place has photo ops. It's very important. And it's not in the front, it's inside. So a lot of times you're driving down a busy road and there's this tiny, tiny coffee shop entrance and it opens into this big lavish garden. That's just beautiful. So it's fun to go and see what we can find.
It's definitely a selfie culture, and that's their words, not ours. They love taking pictures. I say that they're kind of like 10 years behind the U.S., where Facebook is huge here. I mean, everybody is on Facebook and they're on it all the time, whereas I feel like it's kind of declining in the U.S., but not so much here.
Yes. Okay, so coffee drinks, instant is a big deal. Coffee prices, it's about the same as a meal. So if you pay $3 for a meal, you pay $3 for your coffee. Chocolate drinks are huge, not just coffee drinks. Like there's a page of coffee and there's like 2.5 pages of chocolate drinks. But the really fun thing, I think is fun. One thing before I hit that is if you get an iced coffee, there's a 10 cents charge or 10 baht charge, 30 cents for ice. There are not a lot of ice cube trays. I haven't seen them. Maybe there are. But like 7-Eleven, ice is not unheard of here and it's in every drink and you can get a glass of ice at every restaurant. They just charge you for it because they have to buy it. They don't really create their own ice here like we do. So if you get a hot coffee, it usually comes in a regular cup, ceramic cup, mug, something. If you get a cold coffee, once in a while it comes in a regular cup, but most of the time it comes in a disposable cup. So last night we went to the mall after church, and because our church is we've been going to twice, a new church, which we'll talk about later, but it's at 4:30 in the evening because most people are missionaries and have to be at another church in the morning. So this is English speaking. We went to the mall, we got our food, had our dinner. It was 70 baht a piece,
Yeah, it was 70 baht plus then it was actually 60 baht but then we paid an extra because they have these awesome hard-boiled eggs. So that's 10 baht. So that was 70. And then you have to go, and the food court is cashless. So you have to go buy a card, which is free, and then you just put money on that, and then you can go to each stall and get whatever you want. And then you have to go to the water stall because they have water and juices and coffees, and then the water was 10 baht. So I think we paid 160 was our dinner last night, and that's $4.93.
Yeah.
So that goes back to when it's 50, 60 baht for a cup of coffee. Sometimes it's hard to justify getting a cup of coffee out. And the food at the mall is spectacular.
It is. And it comes with like real plates and silverware. There's no paper products. You rarely find a napkin here. So everything is very, even the McDonald's like in the Philippines had actual, like their fry, because we went in the mall, their fry packets, the little red packets that are paper, they were plastic. So it felt like you were eating at the kids' drive-through twice.
Yeah, and then you have to separate your garbage, and then they wash it and take it back. And the mall boasts of having a zero landfill, because they use plates and silverware, and then you separate it. You actually, if you have any stuff left on your plate, they have a big bucket there that you pour it into. Yeah, so then we actually went downstairs because we had to go to the pharmacy to get some things, and they have 3 different food courts in the mall. The bottom floor is all food with a grocery store. The top floor, the 5th floor, is mostly food, and then restaurants. And then the 4th floor, one corner is the food court, which overlooks the bounce house. They have this humongous bounce house, so parents can put their kids in the bounce house. They can come up here and eat, and they can look down and kind of watch them. So we went downstairs to get it, and then Danica found a drink that we wanted to try.
I did. There's a new season, and I don't remember how to pronounce it. It's like longanberry, something like that. And there are these little brown, kind of cherry-looking things, but they have a skin on them, and inside they're clear. So I ordered a drink, and it comes piled with them on top, which made a mess later. But all of the cold drinks here come with carriers, not this fancy of a carrier. A lot of times it's just a bag, but they give you a drink. They open your straw with tweezers so they don't touch it. These are the berries that we had. They're just kind of clear berries, not sweet at all, not citrus, just kind of a touch of sugar in them. But very refreshing. So it comes with ice, and then the berries were like piled up here. As you can see, I did enjoy it last night on the way while we shopped and on the way home. So that was good. But you can carry your drink like this, so your hands don't have to get cold. They also have the plastic bags, which I think I've shown you in a couple other videos or pictures along the way. They have double bags, so you can carry 2 drinks. And you're asking yourself, why would I want to carry 2 drinks that way? It's amazing that how many people carry 2, 4, 6 drinks on a moped, because they pick them up on the way home and they take them home like this. So bags for your drinks is extremely popular here. Is there tipping when you go out to eat? No tipping, Ethan.
I will hold that a second. While it is not expected, they don't ask for anything. There are a lot of places, kind of like the U.S. now, that have tip boxes. And some people do tip. And if they do, if you put in 10 or 20 baht, the people are overjoyed.
So the custom in Thailand is, if you do something for me, I do something for you. So when we go out to lunch or we go out to coffee in town, where the 2 people know us, Yui and Toon, and Ken tips them, what do they do?
We always end up with something. Last time we got a bag of avocados.
Like 5.
Yeah, and then Toon remembers, because from him we just get like fried rice or just a little plate of something, and the next time we order, it's like the most elaborate dish with extra vegetables and things on it. Um, and the hard part is for us, we'll have people, or I'll say for me, is we'll have people from the college. They'll show up at the door and they'll give us a bag of dragon fruits. They'll give us a bag of avocados, and it's just their way of welcoming us and just making us feel at home. And then it's hard for me because I feel like the same way of, oh, now I got to give something back, and what can I give back? So that's just, it's part of the culture here. One of the things that we're getting used to.
Yes. It was funny, and I don't think she understood what she said necessarily, but I made mango banana bread to use up some fruit and just to have some bread because there's not a lot of bread here. And okay, let's just be honest. It was a vessel for butter because I really wanted butter. So there we go. Because I was trying to think of why I made bread, but
we had a lot of mangoes.
We did have a lot of mangoes.
It was just mango season.
And so I took it to class and gave it out to the staff while we had class. And one of the ladies there said, "Oh, well, now I need to bring you mangoes." So it's not a keeping score kind of thing. It's not a I want to one up you kind of thing. It is just literally custom, nice. They did something for me, I will do something for them. It's deeper than tradition. I really think it's deeper than tradition. It's more of a this is Thai. So, we've talked a lot about drinks, but there's a couple more points I want to make because this is one of those things where it's like, if you come visit, you will be shocked, and there are some things you should bring with you when you come. So, and that's for you, not for us. We're good with it. No chemical sweeteners here. Very rarely do you see a pink packet. You do see blue packets, no yellow packets. Thanks to Tate and Lyle, Illinois is filled with Splenda. It is rare if you travel outside of Illinois. But no chemical sweeteners here. I asked at one of the stores because they love their syrups. They have a syrup of every kind. Like any kind of fruit you think of, they have a syrup for it because they make a lot of Italian sodas with them. No sugar-free syrups. She thought I was crazy. The look I got when I said, "Do you have any sugar-free syrups at the cafe?" And why would we have sugar-free syrups?
It may not even have translated well.
Yeah.
Just why?
So there's none of that. And like I said, you pay extra for ice. So if you want an iced drink, it's always going to be 10 baht more than just a regular coffee or tea. Oh, and Thai tea is not iced tea. So don't even think you're getting iced tea. I know we went out to eat in, is it Fairview? Parkview. We went out to eat in Parkview at a Thai place down in southern Illinois, and she ordered Thai tea, and it was not iced tea by any means. It's kind of like a sweetened Ovaltine.
It's orange.
Or you can get red or green. It's supposed to be red, but it comes out orange or burnt rust. And they put sweetened and condensed milk in it. That's how they sweeten a lot of drinks here. So, okay, I think we have run the gambit on drinks today.
I think you got that taken care of.
I think so. Till we find out more.
All right, there's another Bears touchdown. So we're already 27-0, and it's almost halftime. So you're not missing anything. Luca, Brina, if you want to come join us.
Yes. So, what does this one say? Projects. Do you want to talk about projects?
We can. So we've had some meetings, and we're starting to get into some projects and the needs on campus. I will be putting out an epistle today um, explaining all the projects. I can't even, I'm not even going to get into them because there's so many. Um, and there's a lot of needs. Um, there's there's an abandoned house on campus that not that we found it, but we were just told about it, and it's falling apart, and it breaks my heart because it looks like it was almost not even, it wasn't finished. The structure is good. The weeds are starting to overtake it. The roof doesn't look that bad, but and it's a large 4-room house. It needs flooring, it needs windows, and I'm putting a proposal together to try to get some funding for that. Alabaster funds. So all of our Nazarenes out there, there are Alabaster funds to repurpose buildings, and we have some boys in the college that are actually living in the college in one of the classrooms. So I'm going to put a proposal together to repurpose this house for those boys to be able to live in it. And it can house 10, 12 boys fairly easily. So that's a big project. We have some funds coming for a road project because there is no road on campus. And even with the truck, we struggle coming down into the house we live at. So we're looking to change the entrance to the other side of campus and then having a road go all the way through the middle of campus and actually closing the other area where the church and the girls' dorm is, because to make it so that no vehicles drive through there, and to green up that area. So the road project, the house project, the girls' laundry project is another one. Their drying area is falling apart, and that needs to be taken care of. But that's down the line. I've been talking with the Work and Witness the mission teams coordinator now, and we have 2 possible teams that may come in January or March. But we have just started talking about that, and I don't know if any of you would be able to join those teams. And we still haven't gotten confirmation that they would even be coming here. So we're just very early stages of that. Hello, Dory. Hello, Springfield. Glad you could join us. So those are all the projects. We have plans. We have all sorts of things that we're getting ready to start. And I will be updating all of you on that today.
Yep. So roads. Last night coming home, we noticed the roads were getting smoother around campus. And that is because there's so much rain that all of the sand and mud is sliding downhill to fill all the potholes that were there from last month. So when we say road project, it's not laying down some gravel. It's actually making a base for it and then laying down gravel, then waiting, and then possibly, I don't know if they want a concrete or not, but if you don't take care of things here, nature quickly takes over. Bamboo, I don't know how fast it grows, but we can sit and watch it grow during breakfast. So everything grows very well here. And it's just amazing how fast, like trimming, they don't cut the grass here, they trim it with hand trimmers.
Weed whackers.
Weed whackers is how they cut grass here. There's no lawnmowers. So they weed whack the grass in front of our house, which is kind of like a crawling grass. It's not an up grass, but it still bunches up. But they do that every 2 weeks, which I don't think is enough because by the end of the 2 weeks, it's pretty long. They do have weeds that go straight up, so you're always getting whacked in your ankles by things. So yeah, it's hard to understand the force of nature unless you're a part of it as it grows quickly. I've seen those time-lapse things online about, if you don't take care of something in 20 years, it'll look like this. And honestly, it's here within a month, it'll look like that. just from growing season.
Yeah, we have a big bamboo mound right behind the house we're living in right now, and I spent a couple hours last weekend just getting the big stuff out of there. And there's still one really tall because it gets dangerous when the bamboo starts to get that tall because when the wind starts blowing, they can snap pretty easily. So just getting all that taken care of. And part of that is also the maintenance of the campus is another program we're going to start working on to have to take care of things a little sooner than they're getting taken care of now. But
Okay.
again, all that will be coming in due time.
Okay, so we do have an exciting family announcement though. Ethan and Lonnie got engaged, so we have another child on the way, which we're very excited about, very happy for.
Yes, congratulations.
Kind of, my heart's a little saddened because I'm gonna miss the shower and things like that and prep time. But that does mean we will be home in April. We will be home for a couple weeks because we cannot come home on home assignment until we've been here 22 months, but we can come home with our vacation time. So we will be home for a couple weeks, probably around Easter. We haven't really narrowed down the actual dates yet, but April 11th, we will definitely be in Springfield area.
Yes.
So, yay, exciting. And I've already started my list of what to order from Walmart and have it shipped at one of my children's houses before we get there. So we're working at it.
Dory's birthday. Yes.
Yeah, Dory's birthday. So we may actually see her for her birthday. The other thing I thought we would talk about, because I am a pastor and I don't get to preach here, but is what we've learned about ourselves here and what we've learned about God here. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I can talk about what I've learned about myself, and then you can go, and then we can go back and forth. And I'm not one of those persons who always thinks he needs to take care of himself. I think that's part of of my upbringing. I just want to speak of myself, of my upbringing and how I think I'm strong and I don't need to worry about things. Well, when people ask us about, so how are things? The one thing I tell people is it's hard. Everything here is hard. And we have to take care of ourselves. And it's even more important to do that. And when I say taking care of ourselves, spiritually, physically, mentally, preparing for things. If we get hungry, we just can't run out to a drive-through and just grab something just as subsistence to stop a headache, to get some food in our systems. It doesn't work that way. We either have to have food here that we can make. We have to plan to go somewhere, which means we have to know what's there. I have to know if I can park there, because there are so many places that we look at and say, "Oh, I'd love to go there," but they really don't have parking for us, so we can't go there. Things aren't advertised. I don't know it's a restaurant. Last week, I did a project with the boys of just making some washer toss boxes, and he went to a store last Monday to get wood. It's a huge Home Depot type store. The store's not done. It's built. We go inside and they're still putting up shelves. I wasn't even sure it was open. There was some wood. There wasn't a lot of things, but that store was over an hour away, and that was our day was planned for that. And so now I have to change my thought process of, okay, well now where am I going to get this wood? Because I promised the boys we were going to be doing this. Luckily, Danaka saw something on the way home and said, that green building right there. So I look and turn, okay, green building, where are we? And then a few days later, I stopped back there and was able to get some wood. So just preparing myself every day for what God has for us and allowing Him to move and do that is what I've learned a lot about myself, about having to take care of myself and be prepared.
Yep. I've learned more about myself with routines because I don't know if I just didn't like them or if I just never took time to do them. But if you don't have routines set up here, it will eat you alive. Um, One, because like Ken said, if you're hungry, you have to have something. And it's not a quick trip, and it can take over an hour. Not to get to the place, but by the time you get in the car, you drive there, you find a place to park, you get out, you order, which isn't always the easiest because sometimes they have picture menus, sometimes they don't. Then you pay for it, then everything's freshly made. So there is a 7-Eleven. We can just go get a sandwich, but even at 7-Eleven to get a sandwich, then they put it in like this warming thing and they microwave it for you. So you don't even just get it at the counter and eat it cold. It's more of a stand in 7-Eleven and wait for them to warm up your food. It's still a process. I don't know if KFC ever makes their food ahead of time. We've been twice, and both times we've waited probably 15-20 minutes for food. So nothing's fast. So having the process in planning out, we've gotten to the point where we found black beans at one of the big mega stores here. So we do have black beans. We have rice. So we cook black beans and we cook rice once a week and make a big pot of it. We have learned so much from our nutrition student, Brina. I even make scrambled eggs ahead of time, and I just put them in a pot because there are some days you don't have the energy to turn on the heat inside the house that's already 90. So microwaves are wonderful. So we do have a microwave. So we cook eggs ahead of time. I do a lot of like ground pork ahead of time just to have some meat available. We do black beans, we do rice. We typically have fruit, but a lot of times we don't. And I don't know what Dory just wrote. And then so that is one routine, is being prepared to be hungry. The other routine that I do enjoy, that I do find I have great time for, and I wish I had started it sooner in my life, is like my nighttime routines, shutting down at the end of the day and getting up in the morning. Most of my mornings growing up were sleep as late as you can, get up, do as whatever you can, as quick as you can to get out the door and get on with your day. And I'm not saying I did it right by any means. Most of my evenings were, I'm exhausted, I'm going to sit down and watch a TV show, and then I fall asleep, and then I end up in bed, and it just, there wasn't one. Well, here, getting up in the morning, I try to get everything done in the bedroom at one time because there's air conditioning. So I try to get like shower done, everything, clothes, makeup, everything done, bed made, ready to go for the day before I leave the bedroom, because honestly, it's just easier before you start sweating to put your clothes on. So I do it that way. In the evening, it's nice to have a routine, and it's easier to have a routine because we don't have a TV. We do have our laptops, which is great, but in order to sit and watch our laptops, it's almost easier to go into the air conditioning again. But I don't want to crawl into bed after being sweaty, so we do the whole nighttime routine before we even sit down to watch a movie or a show or whatever we're doing, or read a book. So I really enjoy that part of being here, even though there's been 2 days, I know 2 days that I've wanted to wake up and sit on the couch and do nothing all day and just watch TV. And that can't happen here.
So Dory said the mug made it. Yes, my mug made it. My my sleepy mug that I've had for 25 years, that my lovely wife got it. It even has the little mark right there for my thumb that has worn off. Dory said, do you enjoy living life slower there, or is it just a headache not having instant convenience?
I don't mind living slower here. I don't think it's extremely slower than living where we were living because we weren't in town, so we still couldn't walk anywhere. It was still 20 minutes to get anywhere. So I do, yeah, I don't, I mean, I think the point of it is everything's harder than it is there. So, like, going to the grocery store, we're still trying to figure out what stores have what, and where things are in the store. Um, so, yeah.
Yes, I do miss the instant conveniences. The other thing that that we're learning is there's a meat market which is really close, and we really enjoy it. They have a lot of ground pork, ground chicken, pork tenderloin, but my mentality was, oh, I'm going to buy 3 tenderloins. We're going to use them these days, and we'll have meat for the whole week. Well, if you've seen the pictures on a pistol, the way they have them laid out is they're basically in a stainless steel sheet pan, and I believe there's ice underneath them. And there's no preservatives in any of their meat. So if I buy 3 tenderloins and plan to have them in 4 days, by the fourth day, that last one is not good anymore. So it causes us to go to the store more now because I'm only going to buy 1 tenderloin. We're going to have it on this day. I'm going to buy this and we're planning out 2 days worth of meals at home because that's just the meat's not going to last that long. So I love that aspect. The meat is so fresh, and it's like no pork tenderloin you've ever had because Danaka doesn't like pork tenderloin. But when we buy it here and we have it here, it is so moist and so tender. It's wonderful. So the instant convenience of going to the store and buying things for a week and not having to go shopping again, we can't do that. It's every 2-3 days we're heading back to the store.
Yes. Less tummy aches with better food. Oh my goodness. Yes. Less tummy aches with better food. We haven't had cheese in a really long time, and I can honestly say that because I think if we had cheese here, it's all been processed, so it wasn't really cheese. The butter here is mixed with some oils. Most of the time, it's very rare to find 100% butter.
You can find whatever you want. You can find cheese. You can find butter. And on the cheese front,
you can find Cocoa Pebbles. How much was that box of Cocoa Pebbles last night?
Okay.
We went to a store that has international food.
It was at the basement of the mall. So I told you the food court is there, and it's an international store. 2 boxes of Cocoa Pebbles. They were on the reduced cart because we always look at the reduced stuff. And I looked at it, and it was reduced down to 650 baht, which is $7. It's normally $10 for the small box of Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah. Not that I am just always interested in how much is it, and now it's on the reduce. Why is it reduced? Cocoa Pebbles going to go bad? I don't know.
So we do have better food here. We have fresher food here because we're not eating the processed stuff that is available here. We're not eating the cheeses that are available here because, again, I don't want to spend $10 for a pack of cheese. I might in a couple months when I want cheese. I don't know. We did spend the extra money for the fresh butter because a friend was with us and they were raving about it. So we bought some. We didn't buy it again because honestly, again, no bread, no butter. I put some in my rice once in a while.
I do miss cheese. We were just at the store. Every time I go and look at the cheese. And I say, I can't spend $10 for a thing of cheese. Yes, I would love cheese. I'm not going to spend $10 for that. Yes, John, it's all about the deals. We found the reduced at Macro is kind of like a Costco type place. We found where the reduced produce is. And so now we know we can go there and what did we get last? We got some cabbage and some potatoes. And they were like cucumbers, and they were like 20 baht a piece. So it was like 60 cents.
Yeah.
So Yes.
But we did eat, I did want a burger this week because I have been craving just a nice burger. So we went to McDonald's, lack of other options with parking lots.
And McDonald's is not easy.
And McDonald's isn't easy. There's no parking lot there either. There's a drive-through. So we had to find side street parking. We went in and we were both hungry, which is the first mistake when you go to McDonald's here. Don't be hungry. And their menu is so vast. So we ordered curly fries. We ordered a double cheeseburger. I ordered a piece of chicken, like fried chicken.
A ham and cheese pie.
A ham and cheese pie.
So it looks like an apple pie, except it's filled with ham and cheese.
And you had, what else?
The chicken,
oh,
spicy chicken Parmesan.
Yeah. And regular fries. So out of all of that, and we have a picture we can put online for you. Out of all of that, the biggest surprise I had was the ham and cheese pie. It is more like a pot pie. It wasn't like a hot pocket. So that was good. The chicken was fabulous. The burger was okay, but the cheese is just funky cheese. So I won't order cheeseburger anymore. I'll just order a hamburger if I'm hungry for one.
So this was Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
I have no need to go to McDonald's. Again, it was one of those things. We had gone to the store and Danaka was still wanting a burger. And I said, there's a McDonald's over by the baking store. So we stopped to get some brown sugar, some icing sugar. And then McDonald's was right there. So we stopped there and now we don't have to do that again.
Yeah, so the oils they use here to fry things in the fast food places does not do well with our tummies. And honestly, I don't know that we've had a lot of fried food here either. So it could just be all the fried food here is not great for our tummies. So yes, healthier food, better stomachs, better skin. I don't know. I feel like everything's a little better. My hair is doing okay. So, yeah.
The other question was, what have you learned about God? And the thing that I keep going to every single day is how He keeps orchestrating everything that we're doing. And I just constantly have to get out of the way and let Him do what He's already planned on doing. I want to jump ahead of everything, and I can't. I was able to buy a cordless weed whacker, a battery powered weed whacker, just to do some stuff around here. And we have Lazada, which is kind of like Temu. It's a little bit better of a Temu. But when you order from them, if you order 3 things, chances are it's coming from 3 different places, and you pay for shipping for each of those places. So if you can find one place that may have the things that you're looking for, then you only pay 1 shipping. So when I got that weed whacker, they had a thing come up and say, "Hey, would you like a new shower head?" And I was like, you know what? I do. The shower head in our shower was pretty crusty, as Brina would say. And this one came with a filter, a little screw-in filter at the bottom of it. It was a little bit more than a lot of the other shower heads I've seen. And when I say a little bit more, it was $4. It wasn't $3. But I got free shipping. So we got this 2 weeks ago. We put it in. I changed the filter in it yesterday. The filter was brown. So our water has a lot of iron in it, and it has helped Danaka's hair. It has helped our skin, just taking that stuff out. And that wasn't me. That wasn't my idea. I have to go back to our God cares about the little things. He cares about how we feel. He cares about where you are, what you're going through. Because if He didn't care about those little things, the big things wouldn't matter. So giving me that opportunity and just reminding me that these are all little things that he is orchestrating for us. And then after I changed that filter, I told Danica, I said, I don't know where to get more filters. So I went on Lazada, and there's plenty of places that sell those little cartridge filters, and I have 10 more on the way, and I forget there's something else that's coming with them, and those should be here this week.
Yeah. So the one thing I've learned about God is he's already here. We grow up thinking, or I did at least, as churches talk about it, and this kind of goes to pastors out there, is be careful how you word things, because we were doing shoe boxes one year and someone said, well, I can't be everywhere, so I need to make sure God's there. Well, he's already here. I read the book about Buddha to Jesus, and it was amazing how when you go back and you read the actual words of Buddha, and before 1954, when they came through and changed Buddha's teachings, how much of Jesus is in him already. It's beautiful. There is no reason only 1% of this population should be Christian. If we're doing our homework as Christians and we're understanding God's already been here, like, we can't look at this ancient location with so much history, way more. I mean, like, everything you look at here is older than America, most things. So it's like, and when you go overseas, you realize how, like, one cathedral in France took longer to build than our country has been a country.
It was 300 plus years to build it.
Yeah. So for us to grow up in America thinking we are the ones who are bringing Jesus places and God places is just, it's wrong. So, understanding God's already been here, understanding that when we come, and Ken was reading Psalms this morning, 105, and it talks about, I wrote it down because it talks about making known in the nations. So God's asking us to make known in the nations. He's not asking us to make him known in the nations. He's asking us to make our actions known in the nations. So when we look at why we're here, we're not here necessarily to talk about Jesus. We're here to demonstrate his love. And when we look at missions in that way, instead of we're bringing the knowledge because we know best, because we know Christ, we need to take and we need to talk and we need to do this. Instead, we say, okay, well, I know Christ and I have this love in my heart, so I'm going to go demonstrate this love. Things start to click easier and people start to understand. We had our neighbor come up to us and say, you know, the kids who stop by your house are just the ones who want to be loved because they're the new kids here. Okay.
Great.
I don't see why that's bad. But again, just demonstrating love. So we have kids who now chase our car from the entrance of the campus to where we park, and they stand there and they don't realize what mirrors are yet, so they hide next to the car thinking we can't see them in the side mirrors to surprise us when we get out of the car. So and they just want to be here. They want to sit on the couch. They probably want to use our Wi-Fi, but they want to sit on the couch and sit by a fan and play a game and
have a popsicle.
Some of them don't even take a popsicle or a cookie. They just want to be around other people. So
yeah, a couple things. I've started reading the Buddha to Jesus book now, and the biggest thing is Buddha was searching for Jesus.
Yeah.
And when we understand that, it makes it a lot easier to talk to someone who's a Buddhist. You have to understand what their culture is, what Buddhism is, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah, and honestly, there is some debate on whether or not he found Christ because of of what he said at the end of his life. Buddha was alive around the same time as Isaiah. So God was talking.
Isaiah, Jeremiah,
Yeah.
all the prophets. So
Yeah.
it's quite possible. And the more we research it and learn about it and realize how much that they've changed Buddhism to fit a narrative. And so we've visited some temples just for our own knowledge.
Walking.
And
they're nice
walking.
to walk around because they're flat.
I'm uneasy going there. I feel like I'm uneasy about it. I feel like I'm not putting any of these statues before God, and it breaks my heart when I see people bowing down and putting money in the little boxes. But we have to learn about why Buddhism is so popular here and what is the draw. So that's another thing that we're doing.
And the other thing we noticed is they did have a Buddhist holiday here. Nothing was closed. A couple places were.
Government buildings.
Government buildings were. But as far as like individual locations, there were some closed. More closed for Mother's Day for the Queen's birthday than did for the Buddhist holidays. So it's not even necessarily that it's a Buddhist stronghold because that's what we call it, but it's not necessarily that everyone is practicing Buddhism. And honestly, if you practice Buddhism, you're going to fail because that's the way it's set up. But it's been interesting to see how, for us to think that God only spoke to Isaiah at that time, again, we're kind of being headstrong Americans in that. So.
But Buddhism is ingrained in the schools, so that's what the kids learn. So that's what perpetuates it, what keeps it going. So until we're able to break some of those strongholds, is then when we can really start to see some fruits. And the kids here are ripe for it, and that's why if you see, like Danaka got some pictures to put up. So that every time the kids are always asking about them, so we can breathe in Jesus to them every chance we get.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have one of our epistle cards here, so that if you are not signed up for epistle, it is the service that we use where we can share a lot more about what we're doing. You can sign up to get an update as soon as we post. You can get weekly updates. You can get monthly updates. However you want to do it. And if you sign up, you will get an email back that says you need to confirm. So we just make sure that everyone confirms. So I'm going to put up the QR code right here, and I'm going to leave it here for a second or two so that if you are not signed up, you can get it. And then I'll actually put the whole thing in there of the BolteisFamilyEpistle.org.
I'm going to tell you too is that you'll have to push a button in the confirmation email that they send you, so don't just ignore it. And also, if you decide you want to respond to any of the posts that we have, it's a private response. So it just comes to us. It doesn't go to everybody like Facebook. If you have questions, don't ever think it's a bad question because there aren't any. And there are some, like we have continuing conversations with people through it. It's great to talk to other people. It's fun to wake up in the morning and have to respond to things because you guys have been awake and we've been asleep. So it always keeps us closer to home.
Yeah, that is one thing that is so hard to get used to is you guys are all, when you're awake, we're asleep, and then when we're awake, you're asleep. So find myself sending messages to the kids at 2, 3 in the morning, and then wonder why they don't respond. So,
but we have one that does respond by 4 a.m. So
we do because she's up early.
Yeah. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions you guys have? Anything you want to know more of? Tori said that time difference is the hardest part, which it is. It's For me, it's the day difference because like we're in Monday already. You guys are still in Sunday. Um, the the vibes on campus are interesting. So again, we're in Thai culture, and it is a very how do I want to say this? Um, it's so yeah. The vibes on culture are good. Everyone is loving and understanding. Everyone is happy to help you if you need help. Reaching out to see how you're doing is not necessarily a Thai thing or a Thai custom, so there's not a lot of checking up on people. Um, there's having to maintain things is not extremely popular here. So like there's a broken bathroom in the girls' dorm, and so they shut the door. So we're trying to come up with funds through proper channels where they should be to get them set aside for maintenance instead of, I don't know what they use them for, but trying to establish a fund for maintenance here. Because there is a fund for our home for maintenance and this building for maintenance, but there isn't necessarily one that we found for the college or for the kids' dorms. But the kids needed fans for their dining room, and the parents supplied that. So that was good.
The other is, I would say, that the vibes on campus is we're not always included in everything yet. And we don't know why, but I think it's just it's a learning process of them recognizing that we're going to be here for a while. We're not going anywhere, and part of that is Danica and I have recognized that we need to pull back already from what we're doing. We need to spend more time on learning Thai. It will allow us to communicate with the kids better because right now it's just a couple verbs that we know, a couple phrases we know, but being able to communicate more with them will open us up to more community here on campus.
Okay, Dory's asking if it's felt like a long 2 months or if it's felt flown by. I think it's been almost 3.
Yeah, it's closer to 3. The one thing we didn't talk about was our trip to Laos, with getting our visas, and that was it's part of the process. Part of the process we didn't know when we were coming here that since we came on a tourist visa, to get a new visa, you have to leave the country and then apply for a different visa before you can re-enter the country. It only took one more day than we had expected, and that was because of a Thai holiday that we did not know about. And everyone said, "Oh yeah, we forgot to tell you about that." But that was an experience going to Laos, learning a little bit about their culture, and then coming back. So we should have our work permits soon, and then with that we'll be able to get Thai driver's license, and with that we'll be able to get a Thai bank account. Has it flown by?
It's been busy. It's not like we're sitting here
Every
wondering what
every
we're
day
doing.
is something.
Yeah.
Um,
There's always things that need to be done. There's always things, and I'm not saying like housework things. I'm saying there's grocery shopping that needs to be done. Like, yes, we have a few vegetables in the house right now. We don't have any meat in the house right now. We don't have any fruit in the house right now. Both of those things come from 2 very different locations. So to do that, it's going to take a good couple hours to get to both locations, walk through, decide what we want, and get what we want. So things are going faster probably than a lot of time. Like, does it feel like it's been 3 months? No, it never feels like it's been as long as what we say it's been. But yet a couple weeks ago, Ken was saying it's been 6 weeks, and I'm like, it's only been 6 weeks. It feels like it's been a lifetime because of how much we've been doing. So, yeah, I don't know. It does feel weird that everyone's going back to school. and the kids
Yes.
have been in school, and it's still really hot here. So the thought of fall, maybe when fall season hits with you guys, that will feel a little different here since we don't have fall.
Yeah. Terry, we're glad that you love these coffee chats. So do we. It's great to be able to catch up with you guys and answer some questions that you have. When you guys have to go grocery shopping off of campus, do you do it together or have you traveled on trips by yourself? What's that experience like? Um, well, as Georgetown asked before, Danica hasn't driven yet. We've been talking about it. I've taken a couple trips by myself. I did go last week to get a haircut and some wood. The haircut was a different experience because it was a different guy. And didn't really cut the top of my head, just kind of shaved the sides. So the hair on top of my head is very long right now. So that was a different experience.
It's a very Thai haircut.
It is. So it's, generally we go together so that if we get arrested, we both get arrested. But
I don't think that way, but okay.
That's just me because I'm nervous about driving, but I'm a lot more comfortable with it now of going out and driving on the right side of the road, the correct side of the road. But Danica does want to drive, so we're going to work on that so that she did go. We did go out and meet some people for coffee last week, and I asked her. I said, "Well, do you just want to go?" And she said, "Well, I haven't driven yet." So, so we are going to work on that.
Yeah, so Ken's kind of regretting that because it was like a girly thing where it was me and two other ladies who were meeting. And so he got the joy of sitting through all of that. Melissa, all we got was due. So if you've got a question, stick it in there. We're waiting for Melissa's question, and then we're going to head off of here because we've kept you an hour. But we will try to do this again soon. If you have questions about the area, about a process here, about anything, let us know. And we are more than happy to get on here more often if we need to. And we are happy to include you in everything. I know we haven't done a tour of the house yet because every time I want to do a tour of the house, it ends up really full of stuff. Not junky stuff, but like papers on the tables and clothes are drying and things like that. Ken answered the question. Okay.
I did want to say thank you to Centralia Nazarene. Just so grateful for the box that we got for the English books to help with the tie, and I just washed my T-shirt, so it's drying right now, and just the gratefulness, the gratitude that we have, I can't even explain it. It means the world to us that you guys remember us, that you know that we're over here, and to be able to talk to you guys and share what we're doing. I just it's awesome. We had two people contact us on Saturday, a slip that came in the mail because we had to go to the post office to get the package. And that's always an experience because when the guy looked at me, he knew I wasn't Thai. So he hurried up and went and got the girl that spoke English, and I had all the paperwork there. So he really didn't need to go get her, and so that was fun.
And she tried to help us last time and couldn't really speak English,
Yes.
but she was better than he was. So
Right.
the panic in their faces when you walk up is something I'm still getting used to. It's like, oh my gosh, they're going to ask me something and I can't answer.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, and we try to do as much translating as we can. Starting to pick up on little sayings that I need just to communicate with the kids. Things like that. And then we also had another church. Did you talk about the other church?
Mm-mm.
Mount Erie? Is that it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Mount Erie. I'm sorry. Yeah, I should go get them. Danica had a list on Amazon, and we have found that Amazon on certain things will ship to Thailand for free. And Danaka had some things on there. And yes, Donna from Mount Erie sent us a care package. And one thing that I didn't have, didn't have any slippers, which doesn't seem like a big thing, but all the flooring is ceramic flooring, and you have inside shoes and you have outside shoes. Your outside shoes do not come inside, which has been very hard for me to get that concept.
And he doesn't like to be in his stocking feet, and he doesn't like to be in his bare feet.
So we actually had a pair of slippers on there, and those would not ship. But I believe Donna's husband went on and found me a pair of size 14s that are awesome. Unfortunately, they're almost too nice because I want to wear them outside, and I have to stop myself every time to keep them as my house slippers. I've never really had house slippers, so getting used to that. But again, to get Amazon boxes and knowing that there are churches out there that support us every month that go above and beyond, it means the world to us, and we can't thank you enough.
Yeah, thank you so much. And for the churches who are sponsoring us monthly, it's amazing. Just thank you. We can't do this without you guys. So. And
we don't say that lightly, because really we can't. We had a meeting last week and with people from the Nazarene Church, and that's something that always comes up is how are you guys doing? How are your finances? Where are you at? And to be able to have the support from everybody, from Illinois to Oregon to every place in between, it's amazing. We are one global church, and we praise God for that.
So the nice thing is as missionaries, you do get a little bigger bonus than pastors, because you are allowed to be in a health insurance group. However, that health insurance group takes a lot of our funding every month. So we looked at our funding the other day and we're like, oh my gosh, where did it all go? Like, well, it went to health insurance.
You have to have health insurance.
Yes.
To live in Thailand. Well, to live here in Thailand, you have to show that you have health insurance. So it would be something that I wouldn't want. We could get away without having it, but we have to have it. It's kind of like car insurance. The truck we have is not an expensive truck at all, but with the amount of motorbikes that are here, that is the only reason we have car insurance, in case something happens. Because Danaka was talking to Dory the other day, and she was explaining it to her. It's like Mario Kart, where you're driving and then all of a sudden these things just start shooting up past the side of you. So that's why we have car insurance, just to protect us and to keep everybody safe.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
It looks like our hour is up for today.
Yeah. We don't mind talking. If anyone ever wants to call or chat with us, or if a church wants to schedule something, we are more than happy to do a Zoom with you guys. Or just let us know.
WhatsApp is amazing.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, it is how everybody communicates around the world except for America.
Yeah.
It's free. It's just an app. We talk to our kids through it. It's our same phone numbers, and you can sign up. You can always send us a message. You can also send a message through Epistle.
Yep.
Or Facebook.
Yeah.
Or Messenger.
We're here to do your work. We're here to do the work of God. So anything that we do, we'd love to share with you guys. So just let us know questions. Let us know your thoughts. I am going to work with the kids once I know a little bit more Thai to try to get some kind of mission package put together where they sing you a song, they play a game, that kind of thing, so that if you want to show your children in the church what Thai children do, I'm going to be working on that coming up soon. So, yep. Okay.
Yeah. We love you guys. We appreciate it. Get a good rest tonight on your Sunday night, and we'll see you guys soon.
God bless you.